Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about Sephora Formula X, the system. As part of Sephora's rewards program, as you make purchases, you earn points. If you save enough of your points, you can get little gifts of deluxe samples of various things so that you can try them and decide that whether you like it enough to buy the full size. So I have been very curious about Sephora's fairly new line of polishes. They're really not new anymore. They've been out for quite a while now. Formula X, and I thought about buying a bottle of it at some point, and then I thought, well, I don't know, it's kind of expensive compared to what I normally buy, but a lot of people really seem to like it, and it does come in a lot of pretty colors and different finishes. Well, lo and behold, Sephora came out with a 500-point perk called the System. And what you get with this is you get little deluxe size sample bottles of the various formulas of what they call their system to do your manicure. And so I used this the other day. Well, I got, I used 500 points of what I had at Sephora, and I got this system. And I tried it out the other day, and the first step is the nail cleanser. And what this is supposed to do is, after you remove your old polish, this acts like a cleanser to remove any residue from the acetone or nail polish remover that you used to remove your nail polish. And I thought, wow, that's kind of an interesting concept because I had never heard of anything like that before. Then what you do is you use the base coat. Then you put on the polish, which this is in the shade Impeccable, which is a really pretty grayish mauve, I'm gonna say. It's really pretty. It's one of those dusty type shades that a lot of people are doing now. And then you use your top coat. So I started off with the cleanser, and it did seem like it gave it more of a smooth, even surface to begin with, and that it did remove some type of residue that was left behind from removing my nail polish. So I sort of thought that was a good idea. Then I put on the base coat. Then I started in with the polish, and that's when I realized that I was going to have a problem. The polish went on very thick, and I don't have long nails right now. I've been enjoying keeping them short because it just makes it easier when I'm doing a lot of typing on my keyboard from my computer. Then my nails don't get in the way, so I like to keep them short. And I noticed though that as I was painting the polish onto my nails, it started off okay, but when it got down towards the end of the nail, it sort of thinned out and got stringy and goopy, and I had sort of a tough time with it. And I thought, well, a lot of polishes don't go on that great when you do the first coat, so what will be the true test of it is when I do the second coat, because a lot of times when you do that second coat, it all evens out and smooths and levels off, and you don't have any problems. Well, that didn't happen. It still was a problem towards the end of the nail with the second coat. So I thought, well, I've gone this far, I've invested this much time in it, I might as well continue, and I continued with the top coat. So what I did in order to make this manicure work for me without having to start all over again, which I don't think that would have made any difference. Why start over again? Obviously, there's some sort of a problem with either one of these products or the way they work with each other. So what I did was, since the problem that I had was mainly at the ends of my nails, I just filed the end of my nails until I got to the point where it wasn't ridged or uneven, or you know what I'm saying? It was getting kind of rough at the end there, so I just filed off the end of my nails, and that was fine because then, my nails were all nice and even and smooth, and Probably could have used a good filing anyway. Fortunately, I had enough nail left on there that I was able to do that, because for people who keep their nails short, they may not have had anything to file. But fortunately I did. I was due for a nice filing anyway. So the question is it the nail polish or is it one of those other layers? It's definitely not the top coat, because you know, the top coat didn't go on until after the polish, so that wasn't the culprit. And by the way, I've had this polish on for a few days now and I haven't experienced any kind of chipping at all, so I feel like the top coat is a good one. But as far as the other three layers go, the cleanser, the base coat, the polish, either there's a problem with the polish itself or it has something to do with how the polish works in conjunction with the cleanser and the base coat. I don't know. So what I did was I got out my trusty nail wheel and I swiped or polished you know, one of the nails on the nail wheel with the polish, and it went on pretty good, but I could still see that there was a problem when I got towards the end of the nail on the nail wheel. So it is possible that because these bottles are so small, that when they are putting these products in these little tiny bottles at the factory, wherever they make Sephora products, it could be that they're letting it be exposed to air for too long before it gets sealed. Because with polish, if you leave the cap off and leave it exposed to air, it will get too thick and goopy and unusable. So it could be a manufacturing process. In other words, there may not be anything wrong with this polish. It might just be the way it's being manufactured, but not necessarily. It could also be the way the polish is interacting with the cleanser and the base coat. I don't know. So my question to you guys is, if you have gotten this system from Sephora as a 500-point perk, what was your experience? I would love to know if you had the same results that I did. And if you didn't get this system and you've purchased a full-size Sephora X nail polish, how did it work for you? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Did it go on nice? Did the first coat go on iffy and the second coat was okay? This is a cream finish, and I know they have all different finishes in their line, so maybe that makes a difference. I don't know, but I'm just curious to see what your experience was, and all I can tell you is, you know, what happened with my experience. It could be, like I said, a manufacturing problem. I don't know. But I just wanted to let you know about this, because if you've been saving up your points at Sephora for quite some time and you want to get something that you're really going to enjoy, I would steer clear of this, because, you know, it takes a long time, like I said, to build up those points, and you don't want to waste them on something that's not going to work for you. So I would say, you know, wait until they come out with something else that you would feel more comfortable with, or do what I have been doing up until that point and just getting the 100-point perks, because that way you would feel like, you know, oh, if you didn't like something, you only spent 100 points rather than 500 all at one time. So just wanted to, you know, give you a heads up about that. And I also wanted to point out something about the products that I have on today, or some of the products that I have on, because I've gotten them in some recent haul videos, so I wanted to show you what they look like on. This on my lips is the Catrice Ultimate Color lipstick in a RoseGarden that my friend June had sent me. So this is what this looks like on. I think that June is very adept at picking out colors for her friend Deb, because I think this lipstick does look really nice on me, and she tends to give me rose-colored lipsticks whenever she gives me a lipstick gift, and I think you're right, June. I think that this is a good shade for me. And then on my eyes, I used the Catrice Absolute Eye Color Single in I Wear My Plum Glasses at Night. I have this on in the crease, and I dragged it down along the lower lash line. And this is a gorgeous color. If you have access to Catrice products where you live, you might want to pick this up if you have light skin, because this is a really, really pretty shade, and I think it can be used with a lot of other different colors. I used it with another Catrice eyeshadow called Starlight Expresso. I put this on my lids, and then I put that plum color in the crease. And this one she had sent me, June had sent me, you know, as a prior gift. So I just thought that those might look good together. They're somewhat similar colors. One is a light plum, one is a light brown, but I don't know. I like the way they look together, and I wasn't sure how that was going to turn out. And then also I do have on a couple of other Catrice shadows with that. This is the Absolute Matte Eyes Wide Matte palette that she sent me. I used the white as my highlight. I love a white highlight shade, but it doesn't always look right depending on what colors you do. But if I can do a white highlight, brow bone highlight, I really like the way that looks. And then this shade here, I sort of dusted all over the rest of my eye before I applied those other products, because I wanted them to be a little bit muted. I wanted like a really soft look today, so that's what I did. And also I wanted to mention that for a lip liner, I used something that I haven't actually shown you yet. I ordered yet more products from ColourPop. I love their stuff. It's so awesome. It's only $5 a piece. And my order came yesterday, and so as a lip liner for that Catrice lipstick, I used Frida, and it ended up being a perfect lip liner for that lipstick. Matter of fact, let me just show you the other end of it. And if you place a ColourPop order and you think, oh well, I don't need the corresponding lip liners, get them, because not only are they going to be the perfect thing to use with any lipsticks that you purchase from them, but these lipsticks, these lip liners I'm finding go so well with so many of the lipsticks that I already have, and it's a wonderful formula. This lip liner is much better than anything else that you could purchase at a store for $5. I think the only thing I can think of off the top of my head that would be also really good in that price range, if you didn't want to get a ColourPop lip liner, are the Milani ones. The Milani lip liners are fantastic, and they're right about that price range. I think they're about $4, the Milani Color Statement lip liners. But they don't have quite the shade range that ColourPop does. So if you've been looking for a really good lip liner and you don't want to spend a lot of money, check out the ColourPop ones. Okay, I think that is it for today, you guys. So I'm gonna let you go, and thanks for watching. Bye.